So we have some sad news to report on. Val Kilmer has passed away, and here at Quality Check, we wanted to talk about what is your favorite Val Kilmer moment, maybe your favorite movie, and also what's one movie of his you have never seen, a blind
Hmm.
spot in his filmography. So, Drew, what do you think? What's your favorite Val Kilmer role, and
Oh
what's a
boy.
movie of his that you've never seen, and you're like, what? Why haven't I seen it?
The first one that came to mind in terms of just like hearing that he passed on, and then usually you usually are like, oh, I wouldn't mind rewatching this. And weirdly enough, it's Batman Forever. Because as a
Yeah.
child, that was a big deal to me. It's not one of his best movies, I don't think, but that's the one I might watch tonight. The next one that comes to mind is Heat, which I would say is
Ooh.
maybe his best work. I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to say best work, but a really great film that he's in. So those are the two that I might sit down and watch tonight. Pick one of those two. As far as a Kilmer blind spot, one that I should have seen but I have never seen, the one Tombstone. I've never seen Tombstone.
Ooh, what? You need to see
Uh,
that tonight.
I'm that should I? It's like should you do
Yes.
one that you've
Yes.
never watched? So
That.
that comes to mind, and the Island of Dr. Moreau is one that I
Hmm.
don't think was well received, but I've
No, it
always
was
been
not.
intrigued by it. And then the other one, weirdly enough, I don't know how I've never seen this because it was 1997. I would have been prime for me to be watching movies. I remember having this movie adaptation, the book of it is The Saint. I've never seen The Saint. So I have
Oh
some
my
Kilmer
gosh.
blind spots that I need to probably get on. I
Wow.
think the time is right.
That is unreal because I actually grew up watching The Saint, and that was one of those movies that played a lot on TNT
I feel like that
whenever
was an old HBO movie. As a kid, they were HBO
yeah.
movies where it was just like whatever's on all the
Mm,
time, and that seemed to be one that was on a lot.
yeah. So there's a scene in that, won't go into too much detail, but that's where I learned about hypothermia and what you do if you are
Did he bundle
possibly
up with a hot babe?
yeah, pretty
Yeah, all right,
much.
good.
Um, I went back to his filmography, and on IMDb, it shows that his first film was Top Secret, released in 1984. That is a movie I've never seen all the way through. But one movie I grew up with watching him, I would say, like most people, is Iceman and Top
Mm,
Gun, the
yeah,
OG Top Gun, released in '86. But my two favorites would probably have to be Tombstone. His portrayal of Doc Holliday is just so good, so incredible. He does such a great job. And I remember talking to my dad a lot about that whenever, like as a teenager, when we watched that. But as I've gotten older, one movie that ended up making, I would say, rising through the ranks as well is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
blind
Um,
spot. Never seen it. Shane Black.
what?
I know it's like the only Shane Black thing I haven't seen.
Good night.
I
Okay, well,
know.
you need to do a two for Tombstone and Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Both of those. Go and watch those tonight. I
So
would.
of those four, The Saint,
Mhm.
Island of Dr. Moreau,
Tombstone.
Tombstone, and then Kiss Kiss.
Mhm.
What should I
Tombstone.
watch? Tombstone first, and then Kiss
Tombstone's the
Kiss.
yeah, yes, yeah.
All right.
That's the most iconic. And then I would still put Island at the bottom of those four just because like I liked it. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, but it's not good. The Saint is one of those where as a kid, I just have it's a lot of nostalgia that's attached
Mm-hmm.
to that movie. But Tombstone just it's so iconic and so good. But I mentioned that Top Secret is my blind spot. Going back to this, the other big one is, believe it or not, The Doors. I've
Yeah.
never seen his take on Jim Morrison, and
Mm-hmm.
that was one that ended up getting him rave reviews. And for the longest time, I thought he was Jim Morrison based on his
Yeah.
performance.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in 25 years or so. So that
Mm,
might be, I'd consider that a blind spot too. But man, I got a lot of homework I got to do. It's a shame.
so
It's a
good.
shame. 63 is not old. So
Yeah.
it's a bummer that he's gone, but he leaves behind, an incredible amount of great performances.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot to choose from, and especially with some of his roles where he was truly transformative. So, Val Kilmer, you will be missed.